Hello. Hi guys, happy Monday. I know this is a little extra compared to what you all will usually see. But I had a speaking engagement today, and so I just wanted to do the video one time rather than going and doing other things and then doing the video later. So, yes. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone has had a wonderful weekend, a restful weekend. I hope that everyone would have taken some time for themselves this week just to be able to refresh and recharge and rejuvenate and to just press reset so that they can start fresh this week to handle everything that this week and the days ahead will bring with it, God's willing. So today, we're doing another lady today. I am honestly, I think I probably might have to do a guy version of this queens, these reputable queens, do some reputable kings for the men, because for the males looking on, they're probably telling us, so where's this? So this is every week now she doing this? No, this is just, I just going with the flow. So pardon me and just all you come with me, stay with me, stay with my gents. So we're doing Esther today, and I really just wanted to do this woman because it so happened that the speaking engagement that I had it was for a church ladies meeting. They wanted to have somebody come and to speak on self-care, so I was their guest speaker, and they asked me to speak from the book of Esther. So I thought it's really nice because it had some really good gems that the ladies were blessed with and that they shared that really blessed them and touched their lives. And so I said, why not do this Monday? Why not? So guys, we're doing Esther, Esther chapter 2 in particular, and we're just doing verses that I really want to focus on. It's from verses 22 to the end. Just to highlight one of the significant events to me in the book of Esther. Esther is one of the ladies that you will always, like if you're doing a women's conference or something, her name going and get caught. It's going and get caught. At some point in time in your Christian walk, you're going to know about Esther. So the story began with this orphan girl more or less because both her parents was dead and she ended up with a cousin really, who adopted her as his own daughter, an older cousin. Not her aunt. I don't know if the parents didn't have siblings, none of them had siblings or anything like that, but she ended up with a cousin, not a grandmother, not her aunt, like I said, not her uncle, but a cousin. I don't know. Anywho, so she ended up there and she grew up with Mordecai. Mordecai was the name of the uncle. The king, he called for his wife Vashti, and Vashti decided, no, I am having my own party, you are having yours, and you cannot just call me like that. And my girl she just lost she crown that day. That was the end of that. The king issued, based on the advice of those around him, issued legislation, fired the lady, and decided, all right, I need to have her replaced, and sent out word that I am getting new queens and I am going to go and bring for me fresh, beautiful new virgins so that I can pick from. Esther, who was formerly known as Hadassah, was one of those ladies. Esther went in. Esther found favor with the eunuch. The eunuch put her in the best place and gave her 7 maids of her own, and she went through her year of purification. 12 months, 6 months of myrrh, and then of the next 6 months of herbs and spices. So my girl had the time of her life. She had 12 self-care days, 12 months of self-care, 12 months of spa, 12 months of me time, she had it. I think that probably is any woman's dream, to just be pampered and fed and well taken care of for as purification. Oh yes, do it, Jesus. She had it. And so she went through her year of purification, and then it was her turn to go into the king. When she did, the king was extra kind, fell in love, and Esther became queen. What I want to say to us today is that Esther went through a year of purification. For us, at this point in time, we are not, unless you are very rich and can afford to have a full year of pampering for 12 months, that is not our regular life. So I honestly believe that our time of purification and preparation, and mind you, that was law. It was law, it was regulated that this is the process. If you wanted to become a queen, you had to go through that process. You had to go through that 12 months of purification, and you had to go through that. And so the main point that we will look at, you read in Esther chapter 2, like I said, from verse 22. After Esther became queen, and the king threw a party, declared a holiday, gave gifts, because like he was so happy with this queen that he now acquired. My boy celebrated big. And like I said, he gave gifts, and the people of the town had a holiday. They enjoyed the fact that he had this new queen. And she would have went through her purification, like I said, and she would have gone through her process. Now, I don't know what your process is. Your process could be me finally being able to forgive myself for something that I would have done in the past. Me being able to get the counseling or therapy that I needed to get over that childhood trauma that just threw my whole life into a tailspin. Me being able to take the steps necessary to come through that. Me being able to forgive my father, me being able to forgive my mother, me being able to forgive some co-worker. I don't know what your process is. Your process could probably be something that you would have had to get purified from. And it might take you a year, it might take you 2 years, it might take you 3 years to reach the point where finally your time of purification has ended. And like I said, for Esther, hers took 12 months. I don't know what would have happened in your life, or what it is God is taking you to. Because that's basically what it was for Esther. God was taking her to another level, to another place, to another position, to another area where she would have been able to have impact and influence. And God was taking her to that place, but it required a process taking place before that. It required a purification. It required a process to take place that would have gotten her ready for that position. Sometimes we go through things and you ask yourself, what in heaven's name could this be? What good could come out of this? What this could be good for, what this pain could be good for, what this level of pressure and stress could be good for. And I am just saying to us, it may be painful. We may not have the pleasure of being pampered. It may not be that situation, but whatever your purification entails, it might just be you bucking down and spending more time in prayer, spending more time in the Word of God, taking time with yourself to discover who you truly are. Who am I really? Am I the circumstances that I grew up in? Am I the situations that I would have survived? Am I that, or am I, as a result of that, this new person who would have been stronger, bolder, more resilient? Is that person, am I the one to pay attention to? Should I unearth the gems in this individual? Should I strip myself of the things that would have left scars and cause injuries or cause me like Jacob to be walking with a limp right now, should the things that I have gone through, should I look at it from a different angle, with a different eye, with a different understanding? Should I now pay attention to what is the lesson, rather than thinking, I can't wait for this to be over, I can't wait for this time to pass? Who knows? Esther could have been homesick and don't have my parents already. Take me from the one family member that actually cared for me. And we don't know what emotional stress she probably would have been under emotionally in this process. Somebody just take you and tell you, come, I'm preparing you to go and to get married. When in your mind, I know at this age, I think this might be the time that I might be ready. You ready or not, here they come. And they just snatch you out from your place of comfort, snatch you out from what was normal, snatch you out from what you were accustomed to, snatch you out from people that you thought cared, and just uproot your whole life, and now you're here. I don't know what your process is. I don't know what your purification is. But whatever it is, go through it. Because when we read verses 22 and onward, you will see that the things that Esther had to do, or why she had to go through what she went through, why she had to be chosen. Like if it wasn't her, obviously God would have used somebody else to save his people. And I know that's the part that we often highlight, that, Esther, you were called to, who knows if you were called to the kingdom for such a time as this. That's what we tend to celebrate when we read the story of Esther. But before that even took place, when Esther in chapter 2 came out of her purification and was chosen to be the wife of the king, you are now this new wife, and your cousin who would have brought you up is the one outside of the gate, just making sure that everything is okay with his cousin. Everything is okay with this girl that I brought up as if it was my own daughter. And Mordecai happened to hear, when you read from verse 22, of a plot to kill the king, or a plot to overthrow the king. And who Mordecai could tell? Esther, who is in position, in place to have an impact and an influence to be able to destroy that plot against McGill's new husband. You in place, you in position, you there on an assignment that you didn't even know you have. Task number one, and we tend to look over the fact that that was the first thing, and we just see that she delivered her people, and she was there, and she fasted with her maids, and she called her fast, and she went in before the king, and she said, if I perish, I perish, but I'm doing this. And we forget, or I missed, in times when I've read this story before, I missed the fact that Esther did not only do that, but she saved not just her people after the fact, but she saved the life of her husband. That king needed that queen. God needs you to do something. It might be a small task for now, and he might just keep adding things to your plate. Come, you seem to have handled this well, I'll give you this. And now because you did so and so well, I'm coming and I'm adding this to your plate. Oh, and because you did so and so well, now I'm adding this to your plate. Right, and because you did so and so well, now I'm adding this to your plate. Because Esther would have carried herself in a particular way. Remember, it started off with favor with the eunuch. The eunuch put her, God alone know how much women them went and probably snatched from their house to have purified for the king to choose. God alone know how many women. And you, the day you show up, you get favor. The day you show up, you get the best place in the house. So everybody else might have been in a one-bedroom apartment. You get the penthouse. They give you the penthouse. And you just don't know. So I am saying to us, go through your process. It might be painful, very painful. I don't know what yours is. Some of them will be painful, and it might be very, very painful, but I am saying go through, because the king needs you to be present. The king needs you to show up so that you could avoid this from happening, prevent that from happening, because you're in position, you're in place to have the right impact and the right influence. You're in place, you're purified, and so because you went through your process, now God could strategically position you in place to have influence, to have impact, to change situations because of your presence. Are you going to say, nah, that's too rough? No, I went through enough thing in my life already. I'm not going through that again. There's what you're telling God. And somebody waiting for you to be in place so that you could be in position to hear something, to prevent your family from suffering, from impending danger. You remember the Shunammite woman that we spoke about? It's the woman kindness, that make Elisha, after he got a word from God that his famine was going to come for 7 years, Elisha tell himself, wait now, that Shunammite woman down there, I need to go and tell her that she needs to come out from there. Because she had impact and influence on Elisha's life. Elisha remembered her. And don't forget that her name ended up before the king again. Like all these women named, they just used to appear before kings. She ended up in front of the king again, and your name reached there because why? You were in position. She was in position to give a man a sandwich and to build a room in her house for him. She was in position so that when danger was coming, he was able to come and say, nah, come from here. Hurry up and leave from here, and you need to leave for 7 years. And then when she came back now, we went through the story and she realized, wait now, this is what I had, I need to get it back. Before she reached the king, her name was done there. Are you willing to go through the process? I don't know what process that woman would have went through. Remember, she had no children. You would have, and you was ripe in age, properly ripe already. So you would have gone through whatever headache, torture, torment in your own mind, in your barren state for that period. That may have been a processing, that may have been a period of purification, God alone know. And then bam, when you get a child, picnic come and die. And she went through her purification gracefully, remember that, but we didn't know Esther. But I'm just saying, so it pays to go through your process. And she went through gracefully, and she ended up before the king, and the king was able to say, oh, give her back, and give her back everything, and some. And because Mordecai was there to hear, he too positioned in place to be able to transfer that information and to send pigeon with the note to Esther to tell her, hey, your man life in danger. Tell him this one plotting against him. He was in place. Esther was in position. Because the king needed Esther, who had a Mordecai, right in place by the gate to hear the plan, to hear the plot, so that it will come back to his life. You don't know what you gracefully going through your process might be deliverance for somebody you do not know, and with that in mind, it is a scary thing. I don't want to cause anybody to falter or to be in danger because I did not go through my process. I did not get it together and get besides myself. Think of more than just me, because that's what she had to do in the following chapters, to think of more than just her, because that is what she was telling Mordecai. If I go before the king, before he summons me, the man could kill me. And she went beyond that. Thinking more of the bigger picture. See the bigger picture while you're going through your process. Lord, this may not be for me alone. Somebody might need this. Some boy, some girl might need the information that I would have acquired. I need my story. Need my story to help them go through their own journey, because somebody waiting on them too. It is a domino effect. If Mordecai wasn't in place to be able to tell Esther who was going to tell the king? Who was going to tell the king? We don't know if every other girl inside of there had somebody that was so close to them that always wanted to pass by the gate to find out how so and so going. But Mordecai was that one, in place, in position. Go through your purification process so that you could be in place, in position, so that God could say, oh no, I have somebody there to handle this. Oh no, I have somebody there to pray for that for so and so. Melina on it, Arlene on it, Renee on it, Charlene on it, Sarah on it, Saran on it, Joylyn on it. I have these people in place because they would have gone through the process. And yes, I know this coming, but I have somebody there. Are you in your place, in your position, in your spot where you're supposed to be? Because they would have gone through, and now you're here because you're needed here. Esther was needed there at that time, more than once, in the kingdom for such a time as that. Usually, I'm telling you, we highlight the bigger one, the Jews and her saving the Jews and finding out the plot of Memucan to be able that where he wanted to destroy the Jews. She was in place for that, but she was also in position, in place to save the life of the king. The king needs you, your king, your God, your father needs you to go through your process, to be in place, to get over, to get besides yourself, to let go. Right now, my theme song for the past 3 weeks is out. It's frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Stop holding on anymore. Let it go so that you can release yourself, unshackle yourself, untie yourself from whatever has had you bound up, tied up for so long, preventing you to transition to the other side, transition to your next level, transition to the next place, the next spot that God would have you to be. You cannot afford, I cannot afford, you cannot afford to be standing up in a place where the time don't expire for you to be there. Are you in a place, in a position, on a spot that the time for you being there has expired, but no, I'm comfortable? No, this is what I know. No, I'm not willing to go through that. So I stay here because I know what's taking place here, and I don't know what here have for me already. I don't know how here is. I ain't going where I don't know what going on meet me down there. Are you in a position where you have already, the time has expired? You expired. The time expired. It's like you're eating a chocolate that the manufacturing date was so and so, expiry date was so and so, and you're eating it 6 months later. You will get gripe. Your belly will hurt you because it expired. And it is the exact same thing that will happen. You will be uncomfortable, you will be unsettled, and you will be affecting not only your life, but the life of somebody else, because somebody waiting for you on the corner of Frederick Street and you here on Charlotte Street, buying what? What you doing on Charlotte Street and you're supposed to be on Frederick Street? Get in place, get in your position, get where you are supposed to be, go through your process, jump in the next taxi for the next point, for your next location. You don't stay liming because it's sweet. Over here, sweet. It's sweet. Don't let sweet turn into sour. Move along. Pray and ask God, Father, help me to transition at the different stages in my life as you would have it. Help me not to stay one place too long. And that isn't anything. Whether it be in an offense, whether it be in a situation where you felt hurt and you was devastated, ask God, Lord, help me to transition from here. Help me not to stay by this mountain, walking around this mountain, lying on this patch of bush, underneath this tree for too long. Help me not to stay here for too long. There's a prophet hiding under a tree. Raven feed him, this feed him, he eat cake, running. And he stayed there for 40 days. And it was time to move. Know when it is time to move along. Press on, keep it moving. To keep it moving. Go through your process, go through your period of purification, whether it be pleasant or painful. It will not always be pleasant, it will not always be painful. Whatever the situation is at the time, whether it be good or bad, don't lie in a place where your time there has expired, because trust me, if he had to kick you out, it ain't gonna be nice. It ain't gonna be nice. So when you tell your forward master, left, right, move. Do not mark time. Do not stand at ease in a position where your time has expired, go through your process of purification and move along from one stage to the other, from glory to glory, from level A to level B, and continue pressing on, because somebody is waiting on you to show up, to be able to pray them through something, to show them that this is not the way, to tell them, hey, the enemy is out for you and you need to move from here, you need to guard yourself against so and so. Hey, that, you see that person that you like with there? You need to watch that. That girl is not fair. That is not the people that you need to be lining with. You have information. The S. You have words that somebody needs that could save somebody's life. Why stay here longer than you need to be? So I'm saying to us, I'm encouraging us, I'm imploring us, I'm stressing for us. Go through your purification just as Esther did and get to where you need to be, where you are needed. And you might think, I don't know what God has for me to do. I don't know what my purpose is. Small tasks. Small tasks. Whatever those small tasks are, accomplish those small tasks bit by bit, and He will continue to add, all right, she handled this well, I give her this now, and because she handled that well, and so on and so forth. Accomplish your small tasks faithfully, efficiently. The Shunammite woman, all she had to do was get a man bread, a sandwich. That was her task, and the task blessed her own life, bless her own life. You think that king didn't remember, because later on in the story when you read, he went through the chronicles and realized, wait now, nobody ain't blessed this Mordecai who saved my life. He will remember. He will remember, just as Gehazi remembered the Shunammite woman and was able to relay, and when she walked in, he was able to say, look the woman and look her son. You don't know what you would do for somebody that will bless your own life. Bless your own life. And so when Esther wasn't supposed to go to the king, she went in and found favor. Found favor. Do what you're supposed to do. Let us do what we are supposed to do, because we might be hindering our own self and the life of somebody else who needs your token, your obedience, your kindness, your submission to God, your faithfulness to God in the little. Somebody is waiting for your little, so that they can move on to their next chapter, their next page, their next corner, their next street. Don't keep yourself back. Don't keep other people back by staying in places that you do not belong, or staying in situations that you have expired, your time there has expired, or not being unwilling to go through your purification process to come out of whatever rut that you're in, so that you're able to have influence and impact. Influence and impact. Simple. King, my cousin just tell me, 2 men plotting to kill you. Influence and impact. And you don't know what that will do for somebody, and how influential and important that information that you have, because you are in that place at that time for such a time as this. So until next time, guys, remember to stay safe. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is self-love. Take care of yourself. Drink your water. Exercise. Take care of your skin. Take care of your hair. Let's continue to obey the regulations. Let's continue to stay vigilant. Let's continue to be disciplined. Remember to wear a mask, sanitize, social distance, and enjoy the rest of your week. You all have a great week. Mwah, mwah, mwah.